Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here, and today we'll be diving into the Moderator app that helps you run any of Bezier Games' Ultimate Werewolf series of games. You'll be able to have it create decks for your games based upon player count, balance, and more. You'll also be able to scan in players' names and faces to help customize the experience and aid you in your most important job, being the best moderator. Now I've placed timestamps below me in the description of this video just in case you want to jump to a specific section. Let's get started. The Ultimate Werewolf Moderator app is a free download, and you just have to go to your specific platform's app store in order to download it. Once you open the app, there's two different modes you can choose from, either Deck Builder or Scan and Play. Deck Builder is if you want the app to help you construct a deck of different roles for this game. Scan and Play is if you've already created your deck with the cards and you just want to input all that information into the app. So let's go into Deck Builder. So you click Deck Builder, and there's going to be a lot of different options that you can select. And the first thing you're going to do is at the very bottom of the app, you'll see the gear icon, that's the settings. If you click the gear icon at the bottom there, it's going to bring you to an important part because we don't know which Ultimate Werewolf set you have. By default in the upper left, you'll see that it's the basic one highlighted. But maybe I'm using Werewolf Extreme, so I would press that one and maybe unselect by pressing the basic werewolf one on the upper left. So you'll select which one or sets that you have, and that's important because that has a lot to do with which roles the app is going to show you. Now once you've done that, you can click the left arrow in the bottom left of the app. Now here you see a lot of different settings. At the top you can select the amount of players, so maybe you want to play with 9 players for example. The next one down is balance. Now if you increase the balance by pressing the plus button, it's going to, for a more positive number, balance it more in for the village team. But if you click the negative button and you start to go to a negative balance, then that's going to help the werewolf team. Of course, 0 is equally balanced. Difficulty is, how difficult is it for the to moderate things with the difficulty of the different roles and such. It starts at 0, but if you want the more involved, more difficult roles to sort of moderate, then you can increase that if you're experienced. Now the length is going to show you how long the game is. Certain roles make the game longer or shorter, and so you can change that as well. And info shows you how much info the village team is going to get depending on that number. And that info is tied to the amount of marks on the post. For example, the seer has 2. That shows you how much info it has. A role that has more of these marks gives more info to the village team. Now towards the bottom there, you'll see Create Deck, Choose Cards, and Save Decks. If you want it to create a deck for you, but you want to make sure certain roles are in there, you can click Choose Cards, which is the middle option there. Now here you can go to the different team, like up top you have Village Team, or you have, if you click Wolves, it'll go that one, Independence. You can go to different sections there and it will show you different roles. Now when you're on a certain section there, you can press there and it will show you, oh, there's 2 Masons, for example, or maybe there's 1 Insomniac by touching them. And the more times you click, like 2 Hunters, I'll click it again, 3 Hunters, for example. Now if I want to reset that, I can long press on the Hunter, and so now you can see that the Hunter is unselected. Now if you want to use these right now, just the 2 Masons and the Insomniac, and make sure they're in there, you can click the Create Deck button down there, and it's going to create all 9 roles, but it's going to, again, make sure that the Masons are in there and the Insomniacs as you see. Now at this point, you can click Save This Deck, and you could name it, and you could use this deck in the future. Or if you're ready to play, you would click Save and Scan and Play. But we're not going to do that right now. Let me back up just a moment, because before we showed you that we were going to, from the home page, we were going to do a deck builder. So that's where we started. And we did choose cards, which allowed us to choose specific roles that we wanted. But if you didn't want to do that, and you want the app to just give you a deck of different roles, you click Create Deck. And boom, just like that, you look at the top, it tells you how many cards are there, it tells you the balance, the difficulty, length, info, all that info. Now here's an example with even more players, and if you don't like the specific roles that are there, you can click the reshuffle button and it will change the different roles that are in that game. Now let's look here. We have a 6-player game. We've got the deck the way we want. We have the cards for the different rules that it's having us put together. You would then get ready to play. You'd click the save and scan and play. You'd end up shuffling these cards up and placing them face down to get ready to pass out to the different players. And when you click that, it's going to allow you to name your deck. Like in this case, I named it Dan's Favorites. Now the app is going to allow you to scan the backs of the cards. Now in this case, we're going to show you scanning for both names and faces. Now to do this, there are these sort of name templates that you can download and print. I'm showing you a picture of what the whole paper looks like here. You'll cut these up. Each player individually will get one of these, and they'll write their name on the tops of them. And you can get this specific template right on the Bezier Games website, and I placed that link in the description of this video. So here you can see a cut up template for a person, and the players place their names in there, they write them in, and they have the card that they were given. Obviously this is going to be secret, no one else will know what this is. And so what you're going to do is, as this says, you'll write your name above it and place the top edge of your card face down here so it looks just like that. Then we're going to scan it with the app. Now normally they could be holding this up in front of them as well. Now on the upper right, if you didn't want to use names and photos, you could click that, and now it says role and art. You can also have it tell you the team name like that. It'll show you the team, so Wolf Cub. It shows you who that was that we scanned earlier, Wolf Cub of the Werewolf team. So now when we go like this and we scan another card, it's now going to show the villager, for example, that's what this card was. Now, if you did not want to scan in names or faces, you could go to the settings and you can turn them off by unhighlighting them like that. Now, keep in mind, up to this point, we've been using the deck builder, which is having the app help us create the deck. But again, if you already have your deck ready and you just want to scan and play, then from the home page of the app, you would just click scan and play, and you would go through the scanning that we just talked about. Now once you've scanned everybody in, you'll click the start button in the upper left. You see it's day 0, and if you use the right arrow on the bottom right, it'll walk you through moderating the game. Now I'm not going to go over all the rules of moderation. For that, check out the rule school for the Ultimate Werewolf Extreme, for example, in the description of this video, and other Ultimate Werewolf rule schools. So I'm going to click that button on the bottom right there, the arrow, and it's going to walk you through like this. Werewolves, wake up. Look around for other werewolves. It kind of tells you the script of what to do there. And then Seer, wake up and choose a player, and you'll learn if they're a wolf. And as dawn approaches, the moderator, please eliminate any players who've been marked for elimination before the day phase begins. So now we're going to go on day number 1. And so in this case, you'll walk through your normal first day aspect. So let's say as the moderator, you're pressing the bottom right arrow button to walk yourself through the different days and nights. And let's say we get to night number 1, and it reminds you what to say here. Werewolves, wake up, choose a player to eliminate. So let's say they want to eliminate the Seer. You've selected the Seer, it shows it right on the forefront there, and you can select Mark Roll, and it shows that they're marked by a werewolf. And you just touch the Seer again, it puts her back. Now, as we step through, Witch, wake up. Would you like to use your power to save a player? Well, yeah, the Witch could come over here, say, you know what, I want to save this player, and you would just unselect or just tap on that werewolf mark, and it goes away. So different roles will be able to mark things like that, or remove marks. However, let's say the Witch did not use their power, and it's the daytime, and that marked Seer from the wolves will get eliminated. You'll select the Seer, it'll pop up like that, and then you click the X. Boom, she's removed from the game. And then you'll continue moderating the game using that bottom right arrow to walk your way through the different days and nights until the game ends. Now, if you want more tips about how to be a good moderator, you can check out the Rule School video for Ultimate Werewolf Extreme. That link is in the description of this video. Well, I hope this helped you dive right into the Ultimate Werewolf Moderator app. Now, if you have further questions about the app, I've placed a link below me right in the description of this video, and that's the best place to ask them since I'll be notified, but so will Bezier Games.